Hello. Hello, good morning. Good morning, everyone. How are you? Good morning,
Good
Aditya.
morning, sir.
Good morning, Prakshal. How do you do? How are you all?
Fine,
Hello.
sir.
Are you able to hear my voice clearly? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What about others? Mukul, do you hear me clearly?
Good morning, sir.
Mukul, do you hear me clearly?
Yes, sir.
Where are you other friends? They are not joining. Any idea about them?
No, sir.
Okay, Aditya, where are your companions?
Sir, no idea.
No idea, then get an idea. Yes, Gracie Upadhyay.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Where are your friends from arts department?
I don't know, sir.
You don't know. Okay.
So,
Keshav
Prakshal,
Khandelwal, Shreya. Shreya is joining in 5 days, I think, today. Keshav joins and leaves. Isn't it, Keshav? Keshav joins for 5-10 minutes, 15 minutes, and he discontinues after that. Prakshal Daga, where are your friends? Commerce
I
students?
don't know, sir.
You don't know?
sir, she is from arts.
Prakshal also is from arts. Shreya is there. Yes, Shreya Khandelwal, Srinidhi, Vibhuti, Yash Parekh, Purvi Parekh, all those. Where are they? Shreya,
I don't know.
don't know? Okay. You don't know because you yourself joining once in 5 days, 6 days. Okay, no problem. So those who are interested, they are joining. Those who want learning, they are joining. Now, yesterday I had sent you the link for the chapter, and today also I sent it one snap on the group about word, about the summary of the chapter. I had told you to read it and come. And for your help, for your guide, it is mentioned on the board. Yes, you could see it very clearly. All of you can see the board clearly.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
I too. Now, how many of you have gone through the chapter?
Right.
Mukul has read. Yes. Who else?
Summary only.
Prakshal is there, Mukul is there. Only two hands are there. So Prakshal is there every day. But other
Me, sir,
students,
I'm also there.
okay, Gracie also is there only today. Yes. Rest of the days her hand is not raised. Today her hand is very good. So if you have read the chapter, you would understand this is a fact-based chapter. This is not a fictional chapter. Okay, this is a fact-based. What has happened in the history. So you could say this is an extract from the interview taken by Louis Fisher. So the author or the writer of the chapter we are reading is Louis Fisher, and the name of the chapter is Indigo. Now, what do you mean by indigo? What do you understand by the topic indigo?
So it is a commercial crop.
It is a commercial.
It is a commercial crop used for,
Sir,
yes,
dyeing clothes.
yes, used for dyeing clothes. used for making colors, used for dyeing. Okay. And the word of the day is indelible. Indelible means something which is impossible to forget. Something impossible to forget. That is indelible. Now, if we talk about the chapter or the story, we shall see that the whole story is around one character, that is M.K. Gandhi, Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, he was requested by a simple poor peasant. His name was, what was his name?
Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi.
Oh,
Rajkumar Shukla. Rajkumar Shukla.
Shukla. Rajkumar Shukla was a
Rajkumar.
simple, ordinary, poor peasant. He met Gandhiji in Lucknow convention. So a convention, a meeting was going on of National Congress Party in Lucknow that time, and he was greeted by this poor farmer, ordinary farmer, whose name is Rajkumar Shukla. And Rajkumar Shukla told Gandhiji about his problem. Now, what was his problem? The problem was about sharecropping, tenants and sharecroppers. So the meaning of the sharecroppers. What do you mean by sharecroppers? Anyone can tell me?
Who
Sharecropper.
gives the crop?
Yes. Louder. Say it clearly.
So who gives their share in the crop?
Who gives their shares in the crop? Okay. So sharecroppers. And another word I am using, tenant. So tenants are the farmers or people who take the land on rent. Suppose I am the owner of the land of the farm. Somebody is taking my land on rent and he would pay me the amount or whatever the agreement has been made. So it was also going those days. Since British were ruling in India, British had captured most of the arable, that is fertile land in Muzaffarpur, Champaran, Motihari, and many of the parts of the country. So the problem was that since a long agreement, there was a treaty between Indian farmers and the British landlords that Indian farmers would have to grow 15% of the land, 15% of the land with indigo crop. Okay, so whatever the land they had taken on rent, suppose somebody had taken 1 biga, 1 acre, 2 acre, so of that land they had to grow 15%, which crop? Indigo crop. And that crop had to be surrendered completely. Whatever on the 15% land was produced, it had to be given to British landlord. And it was a commercial crop which earned them a good amount, a good price. So that's what the advantage the Britishers had. But it happened that with the advancement in technology, Germany had developed a technique or a technology of developing synthetic indigo. So since Germany had developed the technique of that synthetic indigo, they need not have to purchase the indigo from British, and the value or the amount of indigo, because the Britishers, they used to export this commercial crop in European market, in foreign countries, in West, and they used to earn good amount of money. But since Germany and other countries had developed the technique of, they did not require the indigo crops because it was costlier for them. Now, British thought that no use of growing indigo, and they thought of giving an exemption to the Indian farmers. So they had a meeting with the Indian farmers and they told the Indian farmers that we can exempt you, we are willing to exempt you from growing indigo on your land. Now you can grow whatever the land, whatever the crop you are willing to grow on your complete land. But for that, you will have to pay us compensation. You will have to pay us some amount. Now, since they told for compensation, many of the farmers, they thought that it is all right. We are getting redemption, exemption from growing this crop. So many of the farmers agreed. Whatever the amount they asked, 5,000, 10,000, whatever the amount is not mentioned. So they agreed. They said yes. And many of the farmers gave the amount to the Britishers. Now, after some time, the Indian farmers, they felt like being cheated. Some of the farmers, they resisted. Some of the farmers, they objected to this. But the British landlord, they had sent their thugs, they had sent their goons to threaten them, frighten them. By hook or by crook, they managed to get money from maximum number of farmers. But there was a farmer, his name was Rajkumar Shukla. Now, Rajkumar Shukla was a resolute man. He was a determined person. He had a strong will. And he, along with some other farmers, his companion, he thought of addressing this problem to some leader, and somebody suggested him the name of Mahatma Gandhi. So Mahatma Gandhi, that time, those days, he had returned from Africa. He had also undergone the discrimination on the basis of color or racism. So therefore, he was maltreated, misbehaved, discriminated, and therefore he had that moment, um, right to equality. He had started there, and the Britishers were also ruling there in South Africa. So the Britishers knew the power of Gandhiji. And he was a little famous those days. It was the early days of Mahatma Gandhi in India. So somebody suggested Rajkumar Shukla to go and meet Mahatma Gandhi. Rajkumar Shukla willingly, happily, he went to meet Gandhiji. And when he went to meet Gandhiji, he had first gone to Lucknow. And as I said, Gandhiji was busy in taking meeting of the National Congress Party. So Rajkumar Shukla told Gandhiji about his problem about sharecropping, and Gandhiji, since Gandhiji thought that this is a very small matter, it's an ordinary simple thing, he didn't think it to be a very, very serious matter. So Gandhiji, just for the sake of getting rid of the man, he said, I am very busy now, I have plenty of things to do, but if you can accompany, if you can come to Calcutta, I am going on particular date. He gave some date to Rajkumar Shukla. He said, I am going to Calcutta. If you could come there, I can come with you. And Rajkumar Shukla was so resolute, so determined, so strong-willed that whatever the date Gandhiji had given to him, on the same date he reached Calcutta. He met Gandhiji in Calcutta. He had a word with Gandhiji, and now Gandhiji agreed to come to Patna to look out for the problem. So Gandhiji came to Patna along with Rajkumar Shukla, and Gandhiji had sent telegram, he had sent message to his people, to his known people, and on the station he met Professor Kriplani. There was his known person, Professor Kriplani. He met Gandhiji there. He welcomed Gandhiji with multitude, with a big crowd. Was very happy, and then there Gandhiji remained in Professor Malkani's house. So remember, he was met by Professor Kriplani in Patna, and then he stayed in the house of Professor Malkani. He was a government teacher, and it was extraordinary thing those days, giving support, giving a company to advocate of home rule. Gandhiji was advocate, supporter of home rule because he was fighting for, he was fighting against Britishers to get freedom through his all means. So if anybody was supporting that, that person was also put into the jail. Now, Gandhiji met lawyers there in Patna, and he asked about their doing their action regarding this. And some of the farmers, they told Gandhiji that the lawyers charge a high fee from the poor farmer. And Gandhiji got very angry. He said, how could they charge so high fee? They are your own people. They are Indians. Gandhiji scolded them, got angry. From there, Gandhiji went to Rajendra Prasad's house. Now, this was the same Rajendra Prasad who later on became the president, the first president of our country. So Gandhiji, along with Rajkumar Shukla, went to Rajendra Prasad house. He was waiting. Gandhiji was also waiting for Rajendra Prasad, but Rajendra Prasad was not there. The servants were there, and the servants asked them to sit. They sat on the floor. Now servants did not recognize Gandhiji, a renowned personality, and Gandhiji, because they did not recognize, because Gandhiji was also in simple, ordinary clothes. So Rajkumar Shukla and Gandhiji both were sitting on the floor. And when they felt thirsty, Rajkumar Shukla and Gandhiji, they thought of drawing water from the well. So there was a well. They thought of drawing water from the well. Earlier there were no taps, no camper, no RO, nothing. Direct wells were there. They had to pull out the water from the well. So he was trying to, but immediately the servant came, and servant rebuked them. Servant considered them to be untouchable. Servant considered Mahatma Gandhi and Rajkumar Shukla untouchable. So you could see that those days untouchability was the biggest problem. Untouchability or discrimination on the basis of caste, creed, religion, color, it was going on there. So Gandhiji experienced that. From there, he met Dr. Rajendra Prasad. He had a word with Rajendra Prasad, and he gathered information about the problem, about sharecropping, about Champaran, about Britishers, about British landlord, and whatever the problem was going on, he collected all the information. Now, after that, Gandhiji moved to Muzaffarpur. It's also in Bihar. Patna also is in Bihar. As you know, this is the capital of. So, from Muzaffarpur, he went to Champaran. Now, the farmer Rajkumar Shukla, he was also from Champaran. So, Gandhiji went there, and he collected more information about the problem, about whatever was happening there in Champaran with the farmers. So he met the secretary of Bihar British Landlords Association. So Bihar British Landlord Association secretary, he did not respond to Gandhiji very well. Gandhiji asked him about the matter, but he said, you are an outsider. I cannot give information to outsider. So Gandhiji said, how can you say I am an outsider?